Hello everybody, SirMonkeySuit here, back again with the finale of Haikyuu Season 2. And yeah, I believe this episode will probably be like a sort of a teaser for the next season, essentially. Like, I feel like that's kind of what it's going to be. So yeah, I imagine, you know what I mean, I'm going to imagine Shiratorizawa won their semi-final. It's going to be Karasuno versus Shiratorizawa. And I mean, if I had to take a team in order to win this, I don't know. I mean, I would like it to be Karasuno that would win, because then they could possibly go on and fucking go up against Nekama, which would be nice with the teams that are there, like the third years and stuff. But I don't know. I mean, they've been bigging up Shiratorizawa to be this fucking monster school that even fucking Seijo couldn't beat. Fucking Karasuno just took them right to the edge. Like, it was a fucking close game between those two. I mean, is it possible? Is it possible for Karasuno to get a fucking immediate win of Shiratorizawa, even though they've been bigging them up this whole time? Come on. I mean, I'd have to take Shiratorizawa to win this, which I imagine that match will be like pretty much season 3, because season 3 is like 10 episodes. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I can just imagine it. I've got to say Shiratorizawa are gonna pick that up. But yeah, I mean, last episode, fucking. I mean, we might as well talk about the whole match, because, you know, it was fucking crazy. Put it out, it was fucking nuts. We had a lot of MVPs, like a lot of choices up for MVP. You probably got like Daichi in there, Tanaka, Suki pulled off some amazing shit. Fucking Yamaguchi, absolute legends that game. But yeah, fucking Oikawa's toss, long toss, fucking incredible. Best toss of the fucking show by far. It was unbelievable. It was great. Obviously Yamaguchi like finally getting there, finally getting to that point where he can actually pull off his serves, which is great. Like, that's it now. He's like a key player. So sweet. That's all cool. And you know, the big thing being the Kageyama and Oikawa sort of symbolism thing, like the whole straight up hard work versus like natural ability of like Kageyama, and at the end of the day, it was always pretty much destined for Kageyama to overcome Oikawa, and like, you know, become better than him, and overcome him. So, you know what I mean? That was quality. You know what I mean? I loved that fucking. That was my favorite part. Was that whole thing happening? It was cool as fuck. So yeah, I mean, I guess right. I mean, it wasn't really hard, considering, you know what I mean. If you're thinking about like hitting story beats, it was fairly obvious that Karasuno were going to beat Seijo this time around, since it was their last encounter together with those teams. You know what I mean? That Seijo got one win against them, Karasuno got the other win against them. You know what I mean? So it's not that like Seijo are just like being put down. You know what I mean? It's because, you know what I mean, they got one win against each other. You know what I mean? You can't even count the practice match because it was a practice match, and Oikawa wasn't even there for all of it. So he was only there for like the last couple fucking points, wasn't he? So yeah, I mean, officially they are tied, and it was the right result. So yeah, I believe there's nothing else to really say. We're just going to get into episode 25 and see this essentially a full episode teaser for season 3. So yeah, I imagine some Oikawa Kageyama talk, since that's what we ended on last time. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the finale of season 2, episode 25. Let's go. Alright, there it is. Season 2 is finished. So yeah, I figure what season 3 is going to be like. I feel like it's got to be 10. It's got to be 10 episodes. Like, there's got to be like so many episodes of this match. Because I don't know what else you can fill it out with. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, the start of start of season 3, like episode 1, could still be before the match, I guess. And then he could have like the last episode be like after the match, but there's still 8 fucking episodes in there. There could possibly be fucking a whole match, which is that's insane. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. Somebody pointed out, and I did realize like obviously the last the toss at the end of the Seijo match obviously was the same as the one in season 1. You know what I mean? But somebody said that basically that whole sequence, it was practically beat for beat, you know what I mean? The same sort of shit that was happening. So yeah, I mean that was really cool, you know. I'd liked Aikawa looking out for Iwaizumi, his buddy, and basically taking over captain duties. I'm pretty sure Iwaizumi's the captain, right? But Iwaizumi, someone who's very stern, straightforward, a very strong, mental presence is the one that broke down the most. And Aikawa being there for him, Iwaizumi's it's normally Iwaizumi being there for Aikawa kind of thing. Maybe not in you know, when he's down or anything like that, but more giving up a kick up the arse. But you know, yeah. But it was nice to see that though. And Aikawa never cried once. So yeah, I did notice Aikawa never got to beat Usajima. Then never got that. You know what I mean? And he did go on about it. You know what I mean? About fucking, you know what I mean? Beating him. That's what he wanted to do. I mean, I don't know if what Ushijima was actually saying was, you know, about the whole pride thing, about how he should have went to Shiratorizawa instead because he could have done it. Instead, he went to Seijo. Was Ushijima implying that Oikawa went to Seijo so that he could fight against Ushijima? Is that what he was? He didn't want to go to Shiratorizawa because he didn't want to be on the same team as him. He wanted to prove that he was better than him. So he you know, is that what he was implying there? That's what the pride was all about. I don't know. Maybe. But I think these are the interactions where you kind of get a sort of more intimate feel for a character that is essentially you know, enemy's not the right word, but a sort of you know, an arch nemesis of Karasuno and shit, you know. When you've essentially got two opponents who are on different teams having a go at each other, and Karasuno's not even in the picture. You know, I think Aikawa, it speaks a lot. Aikawa he didn't have to think it was anything but pride. It may have started out that way, if that's the case. If he joined Seijo because he didn't want to be in Ushijima's shadow, or feel you know what I mean, he wasn't as good as he was, that people thought that he might have been because Ushijima's just doing it all. But I mean, Ushijima and Aikawa on one team, that's scary. That is a duo that is pretty unbelievable. I haven't seen the other teams yet, like the other national teams, the ones that have like other powerhouses in them and shit. But like honestly, if fucking Aikawa was on Shiratorizawa, like they would fucking win the nationals. I feel like hands down. But yeah, I mean, you had Aikawa basically like explain, yeah, but like, you know what I mean, yeah, but if it did start out as like a pride thing, it ended as it wasn't about pride. Like he loved his team, so yeah, which is something. It's interesting because that is something that I don't think Ushijima has. And I wonder if they're going to do this thing with Ushijima and Shiratorizawa where they kind of delve into the fact that Shiratorizawa isn't a team. Like, you know, I mean, they are only in it to get the win, as opposed to like, you know, having a team bond kind of thing. You know what I mean? You know, like Karasuno, they're a fucking team that literally bond and like all that aspects. You know what I mean? And it's not just about it's not just volleyball. Like every person's got the, like, you know what I mean, got to do 100% for the team, and like, you know what I mean, you got to do your own thing, and which I feel like Shiratorizawa could be, like, you know what I mean. Yeah, they've got like great like individual players, but are they a team? You know what I mean. I feel like that they could possibly delve into that. And maybe that could be like a weakness of Shiratorizawa, is the fact that, yeah, they've got great individual players, but they don't really connect as a team. Like mental wise, not, of course, like physically the actual game would be like good, but you know what I mean. It just seems like they're very sort of, but I would say, right, at least Ushijima anyway, is very like, not very emotive, very just, you know what I mean, like very stern, very serious. But yeah, I don't know, I could see it being that. Speaking of Shiratorizawa, I think they are not showing the rest of the Shiratorizawa team like on purpose, because, you know, Ushijima keeps bringing up the fact that no, like our team is top quality. Like, I think it must have been episode 1 of this season where they first met him, like they met Ushijima for the first time, and they went to Shiratorizawa's school, and he was mentioning how, like, you know, Aikawa would have been great on our team, but our team has no weaknesses. Like, each person in our team is as strong as each other, kind of thing, you know? That's what he was saying. So I feel like they are not showing the rest of the Shiratorizawa team on purpose, because when it eventually comes to the match, I feel like they're going to individually, like, you know, showcase like each person's abilities. Essentially, I feel like that'll be how they introduce them. Essentially, I can see that being the case, since there's so much like emphasis on like what Ushijima says being each one is, you know what I mean, is top quality. So it would make sense. So yeah, that's it. That is it for season 2. We've only got 10 episodes left, and I don't think they have announced the season 4. Have they? I'm not sure they've announced the season 4 yet, but I'm sure it will come at some point. Don't know when though. But yeah, fucking just great as per usual. I don't think we've seen the last of Oikawa. I think he's obviously gonna come, you know, he'll go into he'll do bloody volleyball in like college or university or wherever he's doing. And I think he'll come in for like sort of little interactions and shit like that. So possibly a mentor. Like, I don't know, like maybe have him, like, I don't know, teach Kageyama some shit. Which would be nice. So yeah. I tell you what would be quality. Like, it would take a while, but if we were able to get to a point where, like, you know what I mean, like, we go through like all of these seasons, right? So we get through like the spring tournament and whatnot. We go through all of these, like, obviously with Kageyama and Shoyo being first years, we'll go through them like third years and shit like that. They get them to go like to the nationals and stuff like that, and you've got like, you know what I mean, when it comes to like actual professional volleyball, and like it comes up to like, I'm pretty sure I have mentioned this before, but I think it would be cool if even if it's like at the end of the series, and like it kind of fast forwards in time to the point where like it's like Japan's national team and like the fucking like the world championships or whatever, and you've got like the likes of fucking like Shoyo, fucking Oikawa, fucking like Kageyama, bloody Ushijima, like all of these people like all on one team. It would be fucking sick. But yeah, I like it would just be mental, wouldn't it? It would be great. But yeah, right. So we've got 10 episodes left of season 3. So those 2 episodes will start on Saturday. It's only 1 episode today for patrons, but for YouTube it'll just be 2 episodes again. Like, I'll upload season 3 episode 1 today as well. So yeah, that is all for season 2. So yeah, it's been a great watch. Loving it. We'll be back at it again Saturday. But yeah, so in the links below, I have a Discord server. So I urge people to go over there, because that is where future polls and stuff like that start for like shows that I'm going to react to, polls for that kind of shit. That Discord's where it starts. So I urge you to go over there if you ever want me to react to a certain show. It'll all start there. So get yourself over there and do that. We also have Dungeons and Dragons shit going on. We have karaoke and fucking like rabbit streams and shit like that. So you know what I mean, if you're into any of that shit, like D&D and stuff like that, new experience, doesn't matter. We accept any experienced people. So you know what I mean, if you're into that, then get yourself over there. My Patreon is in the description below as well. So early access patrons, $5 a month gets you 4 episodes of every show every week. So you would get 4 episodes of Steins Gate Week, 4 episodes of Haikyuu, 4 episodes of Tokyo Ghoul, and 4 episodes of Code Geass every week. That's 4 episodes before it ever goes public to YouTube. So for $5 a month, I'd say that's a pretty decent deal. Also, the last poll that just finished Friday, the winner was Parasite. That'll be the next show that I'm reacting to. However, that show is exclusive for $15 patrons and up and higher. So while it's airing, so if you want to watch me react to Parasite for the next 12 weeks, then you're gonna have to be a $15 patron or higher in order to watch that while it's airing. However, if you can't justify that price, or you know, you just don't have that kind of money, then you can just wait until I've actually finished it. So in 12 weeks from now, when I've actually finished the series, it will be uploaded 1 episode a day on YouTube publicly. Okay, but if you do want to watch it sooner rather than later, then $15 or more, and you can do. Those will be on Wednesday, and there'll be 2 episodes each. So yes. And finally, my PO box address is in the description below, so if you do want to send me anything at all, then you can do with that address there. I will open it up on camera. It'll be a nice little addition, it'll be a nice little surprise, and yeah, it'll be all cool. But if you don't want me to react to it on camera, but you still want to send me something, just make sure that you tell me in the package, like, not to open it on camera. I'll make sure that it isn't. But yeah, that is all. So thank you everyone for watching.